toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bruins offense will go to work first. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
Scanning the field, it's Potter. Got it in the middle, it's Flores. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The Bruins want to crank the tempo.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Courtney. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The give on the option. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Looking to throw on third. He wants it all. Touchdown, Bruins. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. That's a live ball. He can take it back for two. They march 79 yards on the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So Purdue's offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. And, David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? So whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early to get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
That's caught. It's Branch. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talked.
Always got some space. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's complete on the right side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
They're not into threes. They want sixes. And to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped. On 4th down, that decision will be questioned. Off-play action on 1st down. Fires it incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Connection to the right. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Really nice throw there. I'll tell you, UCLA, they've got an impressive history book of quarterbacks, going all the way back to Rick Neuheisel. Troy Aikman is a name people will recognize. Caden McNown back in my day. And then recently, DTR was carving up defenses too, throwing it. You got to be able to make good decisions. You got to be able to deliver strikes through the air. And this guy right now is doing just that.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Cox. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. And the Bruins come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
It's a fumble. And the fumble goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession, actually picked up yardage on the play. Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. To the air, it's Potter. He'll take a deep shot here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. To the ground with the back. Across the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Quickly to the tight end. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about...
Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue!
And the defense lets the big tight end get behind him, and you could see it. When he saw his tight end streaking down the field, he knew he had to throw it up in the air, let him go make a play. He does it. Big play for this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Wants to go up top on first down. Wide open downfield. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Back to pass, it's Potter. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, Bruins! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Harris. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Snags it quickly on the left. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Catch in the middle. It's Smith. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go?
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. He uncorks one deep. It's a big stride inside the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
Flies it out of the air. Touchdown, Boilermaker! A great catch and run for 6. point here will give them the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1.
Defense has got to do a better job of corralling this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get hats to the football. He is just way too dangerous in the open field.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. From the gun, running back gets the give. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Branch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Try to march their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Purdue!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback.
Turning it on! And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
They'll give it to him again. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The Bruins want to move quickly.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Looking downfield, it's Potter. Complete on the shuffle. And they pick up just a few on that completion. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man down the middle. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Bruins have their offense in high gear. They'll throw it from the red zone. Floating away. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. Wants to throw on first down. He fires to the left side. Tosses it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Gives it to the back on the draw. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The offense changing the play. Gets the back moving. Gonna swing it on second down. Gonna take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team...
Touchdown, Boilermaker! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Looking to throw. The screen, he can go. He's into the end zone. The two-point conversion makes it a two-possession game and a 9-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking to throw, it's Potter. That's caught. It's Flores. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I love the job by the receiver there on the curl route against zone coverage because he finds the soft spot, but he also does a nice job coming back to the football, and it's not easy. When your quarterback's got a cannon like this guy does, and he's throwing a bullet at you, there's a lot of guys that would be hesitant and they would want to wait for the ball. Not this guy. He went and attacked it and secured the catch.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The Bruins will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Flores. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Firing deep. Catch inside the 25. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. And he gets to the line and spikes it very efficient, and they have a chance to score before the break. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And that is no good. A opportunity to crawl within a touchdown, but the missed field goal leaves us with a 9-point game. One more snap coming before halftime. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Quarterback may change this route. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively. Kind of makes you play responsibility football. When you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
Unloads it left. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
That's a bit of a gut puncher for the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Gives it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Bruins headed quickly to the line. Off the play fake. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Defense has the lead in the second half. Expect to see a lot of zone coverage. It's going to be tight. It's going to be hard to fit these footballs in, especially when you're throwing in the middle of the field like they were right there.
Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll pull them back to within 6. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. East Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium. One of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Georgia State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Purdue! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing, he's working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCLA will go back to work on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Boilermakers! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back looking for help. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Grabbed in the middle. It's Courtney. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Some programs just seem to be built for a great passing game. The patron saint of Bruin passers is Troy Aikman.
And honestly, Reese, it makes me think of the UCLA blue, the sweet uniforms with the gold, just quarterbacks looking sweet. McNown, DTR, looking the part, being the part.
Gonna run it. It's Cox. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Unloads to the right. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
To the air, it's Potter. Quickly complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Bruins had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Hand off from the shotgun. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Bringing the heat. Makes the catch. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
I love quarterbacks that are decisive and that put the mustard on the passes. When you need to put the ball on a line in a hurry with some extra hot salt.
Touchdown, Bruins! Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
And the returner will be brought down. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Going right to work up top. Here comes the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Looking downfield on 1st down. With the catch, it's Harris. And the big game, and they've got it on the 46.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Got his man on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. First down here for the offense. The snap sets up the throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's a good route by the wide receiver. He gets to the middle of the field. I think he just took his eyes off the football.
Wants to throw again. This time it's complete. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Oh, they're after him. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. They want to throw it. Right on target this time. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Backed up now, here's second and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Got room on the return. Return takes it inside the 30, down to the 28 as the defense has them setting up shop from there.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the third quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that if this guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
Man, it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smart.
Looking for a man, it's Potter. Fires to the right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Catch in the middle, it's Flores. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. He makes a catch. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Sims. Touchdown, UCLA! Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
Kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Got rid of it just in time. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's going to let it go. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots. And a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been...
There he goes. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route.
Got enough space. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Making side adjustments here. He's looking to pass. That's got it. Touchdown, Purdue! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They appear to be headed to the win column for the first time this year. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Appalachian State is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 21 over Coastal Carolina. Obviously, big implications here in the Sun Belt, and as this one plays out, we'll keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Potter. It's complete to the right. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. And the Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Running through contact. Touchdown, Bruins! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the option. He'll toss it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it. Time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays. Now 3rd down. I stay aggressive. Have to come after him. If they decide to throw the football, so be it. But stay aggressive. Get that football back for your offense.
Throws to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Here's a heat. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. And the Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going for the big play. Got it in stride inside the 20. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all game long.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You could see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through.
Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Boilermaker! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. Dropping back, it's Potter. Fires to the middle. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Boilermakers are on the move. They'll run it. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Second and goal coming up. Let's it go to the end zone. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponents got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Potter. He's got his man across the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Flores. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Just keeps slinging it. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. Stopped just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. And the offense just going to spike it here. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Sims. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just gets rid of it before the heat. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Pressure coming. Lets it fly deep downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man in the middle. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Purdue.
The Boilermakers will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. He's going to fire deep. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he runs out of bounds with the interception, and that is how we'll finish off this game. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David.